Katie Fitzgerald is suing her former friend, Christy Kolonowski, for ramming her car with her vehicle during an argument over a man. Christy is countersuing for her car repair bills.
All rise. Yeah, it's case number 17 on the calendar in the matter of Fitzgerald versus Kolonowski.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Are you Derek?
Yep.
Yes is the answer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sit up and look as if you're paying attention. Up.
Sit up straight.
Look like you're paying attention to me. You look very bored.
Straight.
All right.
It is.
Would you believe that these two women are actually fighting over this? Ladies, get it. Why in the world would you, for any reason, go after each other over a guy?
She went after me.
No.
She went after me, she went after me. I don't get it. And now that I see it, I for sure don't get it.
You'll get it once I
Now,
explain it.
listen to me. You made a baby with him,
Yes.
and you were living with him.
Yes.
Are you still living with
No.
him? No. Are you living with him?
No.
You see what happens? The only thing you got is a baby.
And damaged property.
No, no, no. The only thing you got is a baby.
She's
Damaged
almost
property
9.
goes away.
Yeah, I have a daughter that he doesn't care about.
That's right.
No.
That's just a second. I mean, it's a good lesson. Would you ever let your daughter hook up with somebody who wasn't ready to commit to you?
No.
No, of course not. How old are you?
I'm going to be 30 this year.
Is this your only child?
Yep.
Okay. Your lawsuit says that at some point you got into an altercation with the defendant, she got into an altercation with you, and she damaged your car. She says that you started it, you damaged her car, she's got a counterclaim. That's what the case is about.
Right.
And my boots.
So, I deal with it. It's all totally irrelevant compared to the much larger picture of
Thank you.
ruined lives and disappointments and children without fathers. The damage to your car is this big. The two of you used to be friends, right? All right.
Long time.
So, when did this incident occur with the car?
March 3rd, 2009.
Put your hand down.
I'm sorry.
Go.
On March 3rd, 2009, Derek Zazeta, my daughter's father, was working on my car in his neighbor's driveway across the
Just
street.
a second. He's working on your car, so you had a reasonable relationship with him.
Yes.
And you called him to come to fix your car?
My whole exhaust system fell.
I'm just
yes.
that requires a yes or no, not an
Yes.
exhaust. You called him to come and fix your car.
Yes.
When did you call him?
The night before.
And when did he show up?
The next day.
In the morning.
Yep. Yes.
Yes is the
Yes,
answer.
I know.
What time in the morning?
It was before noon.
And where was he living at the time?
I was at my friend Lori's house, and he lives kitty corner across the street from her.
Now, what were you doing at your friend's house?
I went over there because I couldn't go to his house because Christy was there,
Why didn't he come to your house?
because all his tools are in his friend's garage across the street.
So that's my
Okay.
fault.
He said, bring the car over and I'll take a look at it.
Yes.
Where do you live in relation to
I was
this?
living with Derek in November of 2008.
Listen to me.
I'm
I
living
didn't
in
ask you.
Centerline.
Listen to me.
Sorry.
I have questions. You answer the questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't go beyond the scope of my question. If I want you to go further, I'll tell you. Otherwise, just answer the questions. On March 3rd, 2009, where were you living?
I was living on Centerline in my apartment.
Where is that in relation to where Derek was living and where her friend was living?
I was staying with him off and on.
Were
Just
you
staying the
staying?
night.
Shh. Were you staying with him on the night of March the 2nd?
Yes.
Okay, so you were at his house?
Yes.
Were you at his house the night before when he got a call from Miss Fitzgerald to fix her
Yes.
car?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I assume that when you were at his house and he got the call, you were annoyed.
No. I do not have any problem with him fixing her car because they have an understanding with the daughter thing.
So just a second. Put your hand down. So you had no problem. So you slept together that night, and the
Yep.
next day
Yep.
he left to go over to fix the car.
Yes. and
Did
the
you have any
incident did
words in
not-
the morning with him?
Yes.
What did you have words about in the morning?
He was going across the street to fix Katie's car, and I went back to sleep.
When I meant words, I meant unpleasant words.
No, there was no unpleasant words.
Nothing.
Nope.
Okay. So now he went across the street to fix her car.
Correct.
Go.
She's lying.
Nope. I don't want to hear she's lying. I wanted you to tell me the story.
Okay.
Now he comes over at noon to fix your car.
Okay, he came over to weld up my exhaust system, and when he came in to tell me it was done, She was in my friend's driveway, and as I got in my car...
She was in your friend's driveway?
Yes, Derek,
in her car?
Derek, my friend Angela, and myself got in my car to pick up my daughter from school, and she got mad. And
don't tell me what she got mad. Don't tell me
well,
mad.
she blocked the driveway, wouldn't let me out, so I had to go over the curb to get out of the driveway. And on the diagram over here, it shows what happened after that.
Just a second.
It's news to me.
What time was this? He came over a little before noon.
This was about 1 or 2.
It was 3:30.
It was not 3:30.
It
I had a
was.
ticket.
I have the ticket
Hey,
from
don't-
5:11.
Don't.
It's not 5:11.
If it's not 1, 2, 3,
3:11.
I'm going to throw you out.
Ticket says.
You're going to get thrown out. And you right after her.
Sorry, I have the ticket.
I don't care what you have unless I'm asking you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How old is your daughter?
She's 8.5.
And what kind of school does she go to that
She
gets out at
goes
1?
to-
I'm speaking. You let me finish. What kind of school does she go to that lets out at 1:30?
We were actually going back to my house first, then we were going to pick her up from school.
What were you going back to your house for?
Just to get away from Christy. So Derek and
Yeah, I'd like
Ash
to-
could spend time.
So it was a lie that you were going to pick up your daughter.
No, we were
No,
going.
it was a lie that you were going to pick up your daughter. You weren't going to pick up your daughter. You were going back to your house so you could spend time with Derek. That's
No,
what you started to
I
tell
wasn't
me.
spending time with Derek.
Who
he
was?
wanted to spend time with his girlfriend that he was trying to get back together with, Angela.
Fine. So what you were
didn't
doing,
mean to
hey,
lie.
I'm speaking.
Okay.
So you were facilitating him spending time with his girlfriend.
Yes.
X.
Great. You all deserve each other.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Katie Fitzgerald claims former friend Christy Kolonowski purposely rammed her vehicle during an argument over a man.
Now, she's blocked your car because she's been with him the night before. Excuse me, I have to put my glasses on and take a better look at this.
He's not worth it, believe me.
You're telling me?
He's not.
So what's happening, Ms. Fitzgerald, is you know that the defendant was at his house the night before. You know that they slept in the same bed probably the night before. And he used to be your boyfriend, father
Years
of your
ago.
child. Let me just understand this. So you called him to come and fix your exhaust system, and you were facilitating. You know what that means? You were making it easy for him, used to be your boyfriend, currently her boyfriend, to get back together with this person by going back to your house to spend time with her out of the eye shot and earshot of this defendant.
Yes.
I just want to know what's going on. And it is your claim that she got angry and she blocked the driveway. And then what happened?
Are you asking me?
I am asking
Then
you.
I backed out of the driveway over the curb, and in the diagram, if you would like me to explain the diagram, I would. But
I don't need you to just
Okay.
tell me.
I backed out of the driveway. There's skid marks. I have pictures of skid marks on the
Just
street.
tell me, you backed out of your driveway, but you couldn't get over your driveway, so you
so I
took
went over the
I'm
curb.
speaking. So you took the car that he just fixed and you went over the curb with it
Had no
to
choice.
get away so that he could have some private time with her.
And then
I'm getting this right?
Yes.
You're taking your car. What do you do for a living?
I don't work.
You have to work.
I'm
If you-
disabled.
You're not too disabled to get behind the wheel of a car.
No, but
Drive
I don't.
over a curb.
I didn't want to hit her car. I had to leave, though, because she was going crazy.
You didn't have to leave. She's going crazy. You go in your house. You call 911. You say someone is blocking my driveway. Hey, I'm not talking to you.
I know, I'm so sorry. Because it's just.
You just call
a
the
lie.
police.
We did
Your
call the police.
counterclaim's dismissed.
I'm sorry.
Counterclaim's dismissed. Now we're going to continue. Now you got it? Good. That's what a normal person does. Now, do you have a psychiatric disability?
No.
Well, if you don't have a psychiatric disability, and I'm not going to
Right.
ask you what the nature of your disability is that prevents you from working,
It's post-traumatic stress.
that would be a psychiatric disability.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Well, you should know. If the reason that the government is taking care of you is because you have post-traumatic stress from something.
It was from a head injury.
From
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
You should get a job. It would keep you out of
I
trouble.
do want to get a job.
You should get a job, any kind of a job.
I do have
It would
to.
keep you out of trouble.
I want to work in the casino.
It would keep you out of trouble. It would keep you from machinating and ruminating about stupid things. All right, so now you're going over a curb when you and, what's your name?
Angela,
And how old are you, Angela?
32.
32. What do you do for a living?
I'm a painter,
House painter or a
Yes.
portrait painter?
house painter.
But you weren't working, I assume, on this day.
I was not.
Go ahead. So you backed over the curb. Go.
And I was going down the street, and she sped off behind me. I have skid marks.
Sped off behind you
and tried to hit me the whole way down the street. And then she
And?
was swerving around me, and she swerved to go around me and rammed right into the passenger rear of my car. And I have a picture of my bumper. I have an estimate for the frame that she bent on my car. And I got a careless driving ticket because we were both going we were screaming at each other. She jumped out and kicked my car.
Just a second. So you were both screaming at each other, and you were both driving your car recklessly in order to because you both got citations.
Well, they
Correct?
just didn't want to deal with it.
Did you both get citations?
Yes, we did.
Well, I have a violation of driving on a restricted license because I was trying to leave the scene just to avoid conflict, and it was a cat and mouse down the street.
I
She
gathered that
was
that's exactly
speeding
what it
up.
was. I gathered that's exactly what it was.
And when I went to go turn down Elza, which it's not on the diagram, she cut me off, so that's how I got my front end clipped. And my witness right here, he's seen it all.
I want to
there.
explain something to you. The person that I want to least hear from in this world today is him.
Yeah, I know, Your Honor. I'm so sorry.
You understand?
I understand that.
Now, I don't think that either one of you, based upon what you just told me, acted appropriately that day.
I was
agree.
just trying to get out of there.
I packed.
You
my
didn't have
stuff
to
and
get out.
left.
She was waiting there
You
for
didn't
me
have to get out.
You cut
All you
me
had,
off.
hey, based upon what
How
you
do you
told.
cut somebody off on a side
When I'm
street?
trying to turn
Your
down a
claim
side
is
street,
I'm
you
sorry,
cut
I'm
me
Do you
sorry.
off.
understand?
No, I'm sorry.
No.
She
said,
keeps-
how many times
I'm
did you say
sorry.
I'm sorry?
No, I'm not
I
gonna
dismissed
talk
her claim.
unless you talk.
I dismissed her claim.
I'm sorry.
Your claim is dismissed. Dismissed. I would have dismissed it anyway. You don't hear. You have to be more involved with your life
Yes.
and less involved with the lives of other people. Do you get it?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what kind of stupidity you were involved with that day, because I'm not hearing this counterclaim of yours that she hit your car and that she's responsible for the accident. You both behaved badly.
I should have called the cops in the first place.
That's right. Or gone into the house and not arranged for this assignation between
Correct.
Prince Charming over here and your unemployed painter friend. Do you get it?
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes.
Goodbye.
What about my
You may
boots?
step out.
Thank you.
She turned my daughter's father against his own daughter.
I already know how my kid's ma is.
I'm going after him for child support, so the loser better get a job.
I'll pay child support, and she can go pay a real mechanic, a real collision shop, real prices, and see how far that goes.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Bourgeois versus Lesserson. Step forward, please.
Carol Bourgeois is suing her former employee, Sarah Lesserson, for damage to her home, a broken cell phone, the cost to change her locks, and lost wages.
Ms. Bourgeois, you hired the defendant as a personal assistant. Things didn't work out. The relationship of employer-employee ended badly. According to what I read in your complaint and your answer, there came a time when Miss Lesserson, terminating herself from your employ, asked for her final paycheck, something that you did not give her immediately. Subsequently, she sued you in small claims court for her paycheck. So far, correct?
Yes.
And you lost, and you were directed by the judge to return her paycheck. You appealed that decision, and within the last several months, your appeal was rejected. So far, is that correct?
Correct.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you get your paycheck?
I did, Your Honor.
And I also read between the lines here, and at that time, you also raised before the judge in that small claims hearing the fact that you wanted a business cell phone back. Correct?
Correct. Amongst other things, yes.
Talking about the cell phone.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the judge directed that the cell phone be returned. When did you return the cell phone?
I returned it in August when we were in court. I had brought that along with other belongings.
August of 2008.
2008.
Because you say that she damaged the cell phone. That I'm not entertaining. That was already taken care of by another judge. And between August of 2008 and May of 2009, if you had a complaint about the cell phone, you should have filed it, not waited until after your appeal was denied. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
Good. In addition, you are suing her because you say when she came to your office to collect her paycheck, she assaulted you.
Correct.
Something I assume you raised at some point. Is that right?
Yes.
When did you raise this assault?
I believe it was mentioned during the paycheck, but the judge wasn't concerned with that and didn't address that because that was not the issue.
He could have, because the same way that you're suing her now for the assault, you could have counterclaimed when she sued you for the paycheck for the assault, and it was raised before the judge.
Right, but
correct?
out of ignorance, I thought that it would balance out. I didn't understand.
I'm dismissing the assault. You get one shot of the apple. You can't come and fetch and annoy courts because you lose an appeal. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
Unless you have a police report that suggests that you had visible injuries. Do you have a police report that indicates you had visible injuries?
I have photos, too.
I'm not interested in your photos. I'm interested in the police report.
Your Honor,
Don't speak. So far, you're not losing. So far, I got what this case is. It's a lot of nonsense. Somebody who's vindictive because they lost a case. I can see no signs of injury on Bourgeois' right arm or right cheek where she said she was slapped. Bourgeois could not tell me with what hand Lesserson slapped or grabbed her. Okay, that's what I thought. Because even if I believe that she slapped you, which I don't, there is no way that you lost any wages due to an assault and changed lock fees. You want to give me 30 seconds on changed lock fees? 30 seconds.
She cut my keys. She signed a receipt stating that she would return my house key. She said she was holding it hostage, and because she assaulted me, broke my gate, I had to call the police. She was screaming at me. I was afraid, so I had to call a locksmith to change my locks.
Madam, you lost the case. You've already had 2 bites of the apple. You had a trial. I'm speaking. You had a trial, and you had an appeal. Every issue that you raised before me, you could have raised, did raise, in some instances before another judge. You don't get to waste court's time 3 times. Do you understand?
Yes, but I did
That's
raise
all.
those.
Case is dismissed.
thank you, Your Honor.
Money when she returns the engagement ring.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Now, this is case number 574 on the calendar in the matter of Klein versus Collier. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Klein, the defendant is your former fiance who you claim owes you for a car loan.
Yes.
A loan which was taken out in your name. He signed a note, according to you. Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
He was paying the note, I assume, for a period of time, and then
Yes,
when
he
you
did.
broke up, he stopped paying the car loan. You want that. In addition, you want some miscellaneous expenses that you had to incur in order to get him out of your apartment. The defendant, Mr. Collier, says that you have the engagement ring worth $3,000, you have his motorcycle worth some more money, and that you agreed that when you separated, it would be sort of a clean slate and there wouldn't be any debts. Is that your defense, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start with the car loan. You acknowledge the loan.
Yes.
How much is left on the loan?
$4,800 and some change.
Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. So you tell me, Mr. Collier, why you believe you are not responsible for this loan.
Well, I felt, Mrs. Judge Judy, that when we got engaged February 8th and that everything was going good, and that Wednesday, for some reason, she starts freaking out, calling my gym, seeing if I'm at the gym or not. And so I come home and say, what's going on? She goes, I just want to believe that you really love me. And I said, well, Christine, why did you take the ring and start acting like this? Then that Thursday, she went through my cell phone bill, called a couple of friends, asked if we had sexual relationships. And, you know, they said no. One told her yeah, and said that, you know, we did 3 times, and I tried to tell her we didn't. I don't, you know, and the girl goes to my gym. So then I said, you know, we can't do this anymore. Let's get our own, I'll get my own apartment, I'll move out. She agreed with that. She actually was gonna sign for me to get the apartment because we didn't know if I would be able to get it in my name. We went out and looked that day. They turned me down when they saw my credit. Then we went through another week.
And were you still living together?
Yeah, we're still together. She asked me to stay away from home as much as I can. So I said, okay, no problem. I would stay at the gym as long as I could. Come home, I was sleeping on the sofa. So then we went through that week. The 21st came up. We went to a Laker game together, having fun, drinking. Everything was going good still. I think, okay, I'll get my own apartment. We'll try to make it work. If we can't, we can't. that Saturday, we both get up to go to the gym. She goes her gym, I go to my gym. She goes, "Are you going to take the dogs for a walk?" I said, "Yeah, I am." She goes, "Well, I'll go with you guys." We went for a walk. I went off to the gym. I said, "I'll be home at 12. We'll go look for an apartment." I get home. There was 2 officers there with my stuff outside. I didn't know what to say. And I just stood there. And then they said, "You have an hour to get it out of here." And then when we talked about me moving in the first place.
Don't go back. Don't go backwards.
Well,
Mr.
I'm just
Collier,
saying,
don't go backwards. Just go
Okay.
forwards.
Okay.
So we are now, your stuff is in a U-Haul.
Right.
Okay, good. Where's the engagement ring?
I exchanged it for earrings because it was on my credit card. I was solely
It was
responsible
on
to
my
pay
credit
for
card.
it.
I have the receipt right here, ma'am.
I
Yeah,
see
but
it?
it's under my name. I'm paying for it. And he actually had the nerve to ask for me to give him the ring back so he could pawn it for money to move out. So I'll pay for my ring twice.
1 second. He signed for it.
Right, because he had a credit card under my account. My mistake.
Is this her credit card, sir?
It was well, I was on there, yes.
This is her credit card.
It's, yeah.
Listen to me. I have a question
It's
for you,
my-
Mr.
okay, go
Shh. It's her credit card. She gave you an additional card as an additional card holder.
Right.
When was the engagement ring purchased?
February 8th.
March 1st. Did you make a payment on the credit card?
No, I didn't.
There you go. Who did you expect to pay the credit card bill?
Well, I was going to pay the credit. Christine.
But you didn't.
But Judge Judy.
So right now, so listen to me, sir.
Okay.
Your defense to this $4,800 car loan is that she kept the engagement ring. That's
Right.
one. But she's paying for the engagement ring.
Right.
You're not.
Right.
So you don't get a credit for that, sir.
But
you
we
understand?
took-
You don't get a credit for the thought. You get a credit for the money. It was nice of you to buy it, but you also have to pay for it. You didn't pay for it, you don't get it back. Clear?
Yes.
What's the next thing? The next thing you wrote down here is shouldn't have to pay for something because she has your motorcycle. Tell me about the motorcycle.
Motorcycle, she signed for it. For 4 months, I made payments on the bike.
Hold on.
And insurance.
Hold on a second. Motorcycle, purchased when?
10/12, 2002.
How much was it purchased for?
With tax and license, I don't know, 13, 12, something.
$13, $12 or
$1,000.
Let's say $12,000.
12,000.
She took out the loan for it.
She didn't take out any loans on it. She just signed for it. I
What do
made
you
all
mean?
the payments on it.
Shh, listen to me carefully. You made 4 payments on
Four,
it, you said. Shh,
yes.
listen to me carefully. Shh. I want you to be quiet.
Okay.
Trying to get a point across to him. You made 4 payments on it.
Yes.
Each payment was how much?
$250 plus with insurance.
I'm just talking about the payments.
$200
okay?
for the payments.
$200 for the payment. So you made a total of $800. Miss Klein, I want you to be quiet. I want you to stand still and just be quiet. So you made $800 in payments
Yes.
on a $12,000 motorcycle.
Right.
She has the motorcycle.
Yeah, I don't know where it is now.
She has it.
Yes.
You don't know where it is.
No.
You don't have it.
No.
Who is obligated to pay the $12,000 for the bicycle, you or Miss Klein?
Miss Klein.
So she has back the ring, which she made into earrings, because she doesn't want your ring, but she's paying for it. So that's not a credit towards the $4,800 you owe her for the car. She has the motorcycle, which she is obligated to pay $12,000 for, because she signed for it, and you made 4 payments of $200 each, and I assume you drove the motorcycle for 4 months. Is that right?
Well, when it was nice out.
I don't care whether you drove it
Well,
in the
yeah,
rain or
I
in a
mean-
blizzard, sir.
Well,
you had
yeah, I
it.
rode it.
You had it. You rode it. You used it. You paid $200 a month for the use of it, right? Forget it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She changed her mind.
She changed her mind. But then she filed
She-
this
just
claim
a
saying that
second.
she asked me for the money.
She changed her mind, sir. She decided that you weren't as good as she thought you were.
And later today,
She was a friend of yours, and she said, you can come and stay in my house, take care of my dog. While you were there, babysitting for the house and the dog ate your dentures.
Yes.
Right?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Christine Klein says ex-fiancé Ricky Collier owes for an unpaid car loan. She also says she's keeping the engagement ring because she's the one who paid for it.
Mr. Collier, why else don't you owe her for the car loan, sir?
Because we had an agreement that if I go on my own, she knew that I couldn't afford an apartment on my own, that she would take the loss on all the bills that we had together.
Why would she do that for you?
But that's what she said. And I said, are you sure you want to do that, Christine? She said, yes, I'll get another loan to pay off everything. That's what she said to me.
Well, why would somebody want to do that for you, Mr. Collier?
Judge Judy, that's what she said to me. I talked to her and I said, Christine, are you sure you want to do that?
She changed her mind.
She changed her mind. I totally
That's
understand
what women do.
Yeah,
That's what women do. They change their mind.
I understand that.
She decided you weren't as good as she thought. I'm speaking.
But then she files this claim saying that
second.
she asked me for the money. And
Listen
we haven't talked since the 21st.
Mr. Collier, didn't you notice my mouth moving, sir?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Judge Judy.
She changed her mind, sir. She decided that you weren't as good as she thought you were. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
She wants her money back. Miss Klein, I know that you want to get into how you had to get bodyguards and hire people to get him out of your apartment. That's not my problem. Don't visit it on me. Visit on me only the fact that he owes you $4,800 for the car. Now, you both agree that that's what's left on the loan? Is that right?
Yes.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,800. Thank you very much. Go have a happy life.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm clueless as to why he's clueless, as to why he was kicked out when he was abusing me back since July of last year.
She probably felt like I was going to get angry if she kicked me out.
He's a master manipulator and an abuser, and I fell into the trap.
Because I have the tendency to get angry.
I'm just glad to be free and away from him at this point.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Romine versus Gauthier. Step forward, please.
Child care provider Karen Romine is suing her former friend, realtor Dolores Gauthier, for the cost of her dentures. Karen says, while pet sitting for Dolores, her dog ate them.
Miss Romaine, you were house sitting for the defendant and pet sitting, is that right?
Yes, I was.
Had you done that before?
No.
Were you doing it as a neighbor, as a friend, or were you being paid?
As a friend. I think she was trying to get me out of the house where my daughter and I were sharing a house, and I have 4 grandkids, and she kind of for sanity ways.
And what?
For my own mental.
For your sanity. So she was a friend of yours, and she said, you can come and stay in my house, take care of my dog, take care of my house while I'm on vacation, give you a little bit of a break. Is that right?
Yes.
And your complaint is that while you were there, babysitting for the house and the dog ate your dentures.
Yes.
Right? Shh. And these dentures you had placed up on counter.
Yes.
Dog jumped up and chewed them. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Romaine, whose fault is that?
I guess it could be mine. I thought the counter was high enough where the dog couldn't reach him.
When you say, I guess it could be mine, she was on vacation, right?
Yes.
So it couldn't be hers. You can't sue the dog. So what are we doing here?
Well, I thought it would be her responsibility since I was watching the dog. Yeah, and
No, you're supposed to take responsibility for your own actions. Miss Romaine, you answered right the first time, which is what surprised me about your lawsuit to begin with. She's on vacation. You agree to watch the dog. You're watching the dog, and you were supposed to watch and take care of your own property. The fact that you miscalculated and let the dog get a hold of your property and destroyed it doesn't make her responsible. Makes you responsible. So you got to take care of your own business, right?
you're right.
Perfect. Good. Then we don't have to bother each other any further. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It went well?
It was quick.
I came home from vacation and she showed me a baggie with her teeth in them.
Your dog ate my teeth.
Well, I felt bad, but I felt she was negligent.
We're still friends.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Montgomery versus McCarthy. Step forward, please.
25-year-old student Brandy Montgomery is suing small business owner Caitlin McCarthy for having her falsely arrested. Caitlin says Brandy charged at her swinging a keychain.
Well, quite frankly, I read both your complaint and answer in this case, and I really am quite confused. The best I can come up with is that, Miss Montgomery, it is your claim that the defendant filed a false police report and had you arrested for assault.
Yes.
Those charges were ultimately dismissed. You say they were false to begin with. Ms. McCarthy says that you did, in fact, hit her with a set of keys. Is that
Yes.
right? Mm-hmm. How do you know each other? I couldn't even figure that out from the papers.
Ma'am, her friend was my roommate, and that's how we met.
Now, you say it was a friend of your roommate. Who's your roommate?
Our roommate was Dakota. Her name was Dakota.
She lived with you and your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
Until when?
That day she was moving out was that day. The reason she was moving out is because we were not getting along. So she had decided to move out, and we were moving out a couple days after that.
Go ahead.
I had met her once when I first moved in with Dakota, which was the roommate, and then again on the day of the incident.
All right, well, I'd like you to tell me your version of what happened on the day of the incident, which was when?
It was on July 28th. I have a police report right here. Would you like?
I'd like to see it. Come on, start talking.
Sorry. My husband and I got home from picking him up from work. We go downstairs to where we live, which is like a 2-story condo type place. We go downstairs. I decide to go to the store, so I go back up. So I go upstairs. I saw the defendant in the driveway. I walk past her. I do not say any words to her. I get in my car. I drive away. I go to the store. I come back from the store, and there's sheriffs. There's about 4 sheriff cars in the driveway. I park my car, walk towards my driveway. I get arrested.
And that's all you know?
That's all I know.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 25-year-old student Brandy Montgomery is suing small business owner Caitlin McCarthy for having her falsely arrested. Caitlin says Brandy charged at her swinging a keychain.
All right, Miss McCarthy, now I'll hear you.
Judge, I didn't know either Dakota except for that day. I have never met the plaintiff before the day of incident. I was asked by a friend to come and help her move. She said she needed to move very quickly because there was some back rent due. The landlord wanted the money, and she didn't have it.
Who's the friend?
The friend is Beverly. She lives in Nevada, but she had introduced us.
Beverly, but nobody connected with the plaintiff.
No, I don't know any of these people.
Beverly is somebody that is not involved in this case other than the fact that Beverly asked you to go and move Dakota.
Correct. That's correct.
So you were actually in the plaintiff's apartment,
yes, ma'am,
helping Dakota move.
Yes.
Oh, well, now I understand.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We had moved for a couple of hours, been packing boxes. In fact, the plaintiff did come with her husband back to the house while we were moving. So I'm helping her move, and I was in the kitchen, I was packing things, kitchen items, and Brandy walked in with her husband. They were very agitated, started to go through boxes, opening them to see what was in them. I thought, well, she might be afraid that something was being taken, right?
Right.
She came over to me where I was packing, and she bumped into me, knocked me into the box that I was packing. She was very aggressive, and she opened up the box, started to dig through.
Did you say anything to her? Did she say anything to you?
Not a thing. She didn't even say, I'm Brandy. She didn't say anything. She just did this act. I saw the agitation. I was in damage control. I thought, I don't know what's going on with these two, but I'm just going to let her look. I did. She went out, went away. A few minutes later, I went out to the garage. I went to get another box. Upon returning...
And you were doing this as a favor to Beverly?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Well, she's a very good friend of mine, and
And how did she know Dakota?
I have no idea how they met, but I had something to do with their work. And she didn't have anybody there. That was the thing. She had no family, no friends. She hadn't been there very long. And so Beverly said, this girl needs help. She needs to move out today because she had surrendered the property to the landlords for non-payment. So I went over to help. She had hired some other help as well. So we were all moving, and this incident took place. I went out to the garage. I came back from the garage with a box in my hand, and Brandy stood in front of me, blocking my path to the kitchen. I didn't know what her reason to confront me was, since I didn't know her or what was going on.
Did you say anything to her?
I didn't say anything to her first. She said something to me.
What did she say?
Well, she was swinging her keys, and she had a hand on her hip and was very agitated with me, and I didn't know why. And she said, I'm not moving, and there's not a thing you can do about it. I don't know why that would matter to me, whether she moved or didn't. I was there to help Dakota get out, and I didn't know what all these incidences were between them. I said to her, well, whatever, but you need to let me pass so we can move. I went ahead and started to move, and she was swinging her keys. She advanced on me, and the key came right to my face as she was swinging it. All I did was pull my face back, and it just grazed my chin. I decided that was pretty aggressive for me. I didn't know whether, it was going to escalate.
Aggressive?
So I went and I called the police on my cell phone.
Okay, back to you.
These are the keys, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
If I swung these keys around and hit somebody with them, they would leave a pretty giant mark.
Not necessarily. I believe her. I have to make a judgment.
Correct.
She tells a very simplistic story. Can you think of a reason, Miss Montgomery, that Miss McCarthy, you didn't know her, according to both of you?
Mm-hmm.
Think of a reason why she would call the police on you.
She knew that Dakota and I had gotten into it, and The police had already been out to the house 2 prior times between me and my roommate. Yes. And the police had told us that if they came out again, that somebody would be arrested. So I believe that she did it in spite to get me arrested, to prove a point to me, because my roommate said I owed her money for back rent.
What did she have to do with that?
Ma'am, I did not swing keys.
Yes, you did. Sure you did.
Yes, she did.
Sure you did. You were angry. You had a fight. You didn't know who she was. She was helping your roommate. You swung keys. You didn't injure her. You didn't hurt her, but she had an absolute right to call the police. Grow up. Case dismissed.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm very disappointed.
No good deed goes unpunished.
I don't think the judge really understood it.
My whole purpose of going there that day was to help a friend move. That was it.
It's done and over with.
No reason for her to aggress on me. I don't think anybody should aggress on anybody. If you've got issues, there's courts for them.
Some people just have a better word and can play a better act.
I think it all started before I showed up. I just happened to be the person in that spot at the moment.
I got to spend 12 hours in jail in shorts and a short sleeve shirt and no shoes.
Well, just be careful when you help people.
Unpaid utility bills.
Order. Come to order. All rise. Now, this is case number 553 on the calendar in the matter of Bennett versus Robinson. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mrs. Bennett, the defendant is your son,
Yes, ma'am.
who you claim owes you for some utility bills that were incurred when you lived in a house together with your son, his wife, and their children. And then in a duplex house, you lived in one floor and they lived in another, and the utilities in both places were in your name.
Yes.
And you claimed that there was an agreement that he'd pay those bills.
In his apartment only.
Okay. Well, first tell me about the house that you shared together. When did you move into that house?
July of 2001.
Why did you move in together?
Well, Bob was having financial problems, and he needed Karen.
Don't answer. I'm going to get to you. Promise you. He was having the financial problems?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And he needed Karen to go to work, but he also needed someone to watch the kids. So me moving in, helping with the rent and utilities, and watching the children would help them.
What's your first name?
Robert.
Robert. Don't speak until it's your turn. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why you moved in?
Right.
Were they already living in this house?
No, we got it together. They had moved out of their apartment in with me. I had a 2-bedroom house. Of course, it was just too small for all of us.
Okay. Listen to me carefully, sir. I'm going to ask you a question. So far, is it correct that you and your wife and your children, at some point prior to July of 2001, moved in, even for a short time, with your mother in her house that had 2 bedrooms?
Yeah, but the arrangement was we were going to look for it. Yes.
Requires a simple yes or a no.
Yes.
And how long did you live with your mother in her house?
For like a month, just until we found a large place. That's
Good.
it.
And then?
That was the arrangement.
Does your wife listen to you? Do you make the rules in your house?
Yes.
Not here. Not here. Okay, so then you moved into a house together. And what was the financial arrangement?
I had the upstairs bedroom. I would give him $400 a month for rent, utilities, plus I would chip in anywhere from $100 to $150 for food every month.
And what was the entire rent on the house?
$1,200, I think it was.
Okay, and how long did you live there?
1 year.
Okay. Robert, listen
Yes.
to me carefully. Did you live in this house for approximately 1 year, from August of 2001 until August of 2002?
Yes.
Why were the utilities put in your name?
Because Bob owed back bills and couldn't have them on in his name.
And what was the arrangement with regard to the utility bills?
That he would pay him, you know, I'd give him $400 a month toward rent and utilities.
And he would pay the bills?
Right.
Okay. How much was left owing on those bills when you and your son and his family moved out of that house?
On the electric, the transfer amount was $684.04. And it was $315.05 on the gas.
So those amounts were transferred to the new account that was opened in the duplex.
Yes.
For some strange reason, you continued to have the accounts in your name?
Yes.
For both apartments?
Yes.
And what amounts were built up on his apartment only while you were there?
Well, I got a final bill for him in the gas for $1,290.98, and the electric $884.18, and the cable $836.64.
And those are just his bills, not yours?
No.
Okay. Good. Now it's your turn.
Okay. When we moved into the house originally, now she may have given me $400 a month or around $400 a month, but during the month, she'd be like, Bobby got $20, I want to go to bingo. You know, can you buy me cigarettes, buy me some more pop, buy me this, buy me that, keep a gas in my car. So by the end of the month, I mean, it's like I got nothing from her.
So let me understand this. In the first house that you lived together,
yeah,
your arrangement with your mother is, as she indicated, she would give you... She may let you cut her off. I don't. The arrangement was as indicated, which was your mother gave you $400, and the first part of your defense is that during the course of the year, she would say to you, Bobby, I got 20 bucks for gas, I need cigarettes, can you buy them for me? So it's your position that she ate into that $400 a month. So that's the first part of it. Okay? Now I'm ready to hear the rest.
Well, anyway, everything got tense in the house. Living together doesn't work. You know, I'm the man of my house, and then, you know, I don't need a mommy in the house, you know. So anyway, we found a place that we could rent both the upper and lower apartments, so we rented them. She transferred the balances from that house to my bills in the lower apartment.
Okay. And you thought that was wrong?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, even though, you know, the cigarettes and the gum and the candy and the gas, you still didn't think it was wrong because it was money that you owed her?
No. To be honest, I would just assume leave it alone. You can't tell her what to, you know, you can't.
I don't want to tell you. We're in a court now.
You can't prove her wrong. You know what I mean? I mean, it's either her way or no way or an argument, and I just assume leave it alone.
So you did. Just a second. So you did, and you accepted the transfer to your account in the other apartment.
Yes.
Keep going.
Okay. Bills start coming. She come downstairs. Your gas is $200. I need that. You know. She would never show me any bills or anything. She'd just tell me amounts.
The bills went to her?
The bills went to the house. She would get them out of the mailbox. If I would dare open a piece of mail that was in her name, I mean, she would have a coronary.
He's lying.
Oh, yeah.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Because how did he know that the bills were transferred to the lower unit?
How do I know?
Unless he saw them.
Well, I saw them, but if I dare open one, it would be nothing but a
You mean you were able to do a Carnac with the bill? You were able to go like this? This is a bill, and this is the amount, and this was the transfer amount. So you had to have seen it.
No.
Right?
No.
You just told me.
I saw the bill. I just didn't see the amount. I knew the bill was there. This was started this stuff. I opened one, and I saw the balances on there. And the balances were astronomical. And I'm like, Ma, what's happened to this money? I've been giving you money every month, you know, and you're not paying the bills.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
So how much did you give her every month?
I don't have records. I mean, I just gave her what she asked for. You know? It's my mother. It's my mother. She lives upstairs.
Stop being a big baby, Bob.
And later today,
she herself is not even on the lease.
Yeah.
Then I come to find out we are not even supposed to be there.
Okay, fine. That's not why you moved out. Left on your own.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Janet Bennett says her son Bob Robinson owes for unpaid utility bills. Bob says his mother is always asking for money.
Let me understand. First part of defense was that you gave her cigarette money that ate into her $400 a month rent.
That wasn't really part of the defense.
Shh, sir, then what'd you tell me about it for? I have other things to do today.
I'm just telling what kind of person she is.
Listen to me. She's not my mother, and I'm not looking for any friends. So that I don't have to know what kind of a person she is. I want to know what your defense is to this. So that you want me not to think about that defense. So whatever the transferred amounts were, that you accept, the amounts that were transferred to your lower unit.
Yeah, but I paid the balances.
Okay. So now you're telling me that you paid that balance of $900.
Not in full, no. She made a payment.
How much did you pay?
She made a payment agreement with the gas company. So we moved to a cheaper rent apartment. I had extra money. So I said, make a payment arrangement with the gas company, and I would pay these balances.
So how much did you give her every month?
I don't have records. I mean, I just gave her what she asked for. You know? It's my mother. It's my mother. She lives upstairs.
Bob,
I need $200 for the gas. All right, here.
What kind of business are you in, Bob?
I'm in the cab business.
You're in a taxi cab business. So you know how much you take in, you know how much you take out, you know how much you pay for gas, you know all about those things.
Sure.
If you know that you have a problem with the gas company,
I didn't at then. I didn't.
Well, you did. You had a problem with all your utilities. You don't build up utility bill of $1,000 for various utilities
That's
because
easy
you paid
up north.
them.
That's easy up north. Especially like this. I mean, even this year. I mean, I'm living in a small place.
What
And my
about
bills
your
are
cable?
$400 a month.
How does one build up an $800 cable bill?
Well, that's because she didn't take the boxes back, the converter boxes.
Just a minute.
I told
We're
her to take
talking
them
about
back.
you.
I told her to take them back. She didn't take them back.
Why didn't you take them back?
Because it wasn't in my name. I asked her to do it.
Just a minute. In whose house were they?
Our house at the time.
Why didn't you or your wife take them back?
Because I worked. She doesn't drive.
What did
and
you
we
do
lived
with
in the
them?
country, and
What happened to them?
I don't know. They may have got left. I don't
Stop
know.
being a big baby. You owe your mother the money. Come on.
I don't
Stop
owe
being
my
a
mother.
big.
No, I don't owe my mother nothing.
Stop being a big baby,
I don't
Bob.
owe my mother the money. I give her money all the time, okay?
I don't-
Bob,
listen
can I
to
have
me.
$20 to go to bingo? Can I do it? No, she still does
I'm
it now.
not talking.
She still does it now.
I'm not talking to you.
You know, I
sir.
feel like I have another.
I'm speaking.
I feel like I have another child.
Shh, listen to me.
I feel like I have another child here. I really do. I love my mother to death, but she's a pain in the ass.
Then don't live with her.
I'm not. She's moving. That's great.
Shh. I want you to try to listen. Try to receive rather than give out. I mean, I know it's hard. When you pull in your parent to help out, there's always a problem. When you're a grown-up and you have your own family and you want to make all of your own decisions, then you live separate and apart from your mother. But if you're a grown-up and you have your family and you have to ask for whatever assistance it is, even for a short time, from your mother, and then you say, well, you may be my mother, but you're not my mother who's going to give me advice. You're not my mother who's going to tell me what to do. She wouldn't have to tell you what to do if you didn't ask her for a favor. You asked her for a favor. Whatever it was, your circumstances were such that you couldn't cut it alone. So you moved in with her, even for a short period of time. And that creates friction. But how many grandmothers do your children have?
One.
You are being so totally unfair to her and your children.
Why is that?
Because children are entitled to have the widest possible community of love and affection that they can. And if, because of this argument that you're having with your mom, your children are affected by it, that's a terrible thing to do to your kids. Now, if you think, Bob, that I believe that it's the right thing for a mother to sue her child, I don't.
No.
I think that, Mrs. Bennett, that it's a dumb thing to do, because I think that what you have to do is you have to take a hard swallow and say, I'm not going to put myself in that situation again because I can't afford it, but I'm not going to sue my son because I just refuse to do that. So I think that that's a mistake. I believe you that he owes you the money for the utility bills. I think that he probably hit some hard times, and he's got kids, and he's got his own expenses, and he has gas, and he has food, and he probably has insurance, and he has medical bills, and he has all kinds of other stuff, so that you were covering this, and it was on the back burner. And I believe that everything else that he's telling me are excuses, but I think it's a mistake to sue your child. That being said, I think that if you use as retaliation that you're going to cut her off from her grandchildren, that's a mistake, because it's a mistake for your children.
I just think, I mean, she has the audacity to try and sue me for money that was paid to her.
I don't believe it was paid to her, Bob.
It was.
I don't believe it was paid to her out of gas money and cigarette money. That
But
being
it's
said,
ridiculous.
shh, listen to me. That
This is
being said,
ridiculous.
you asked
Okay?
for her help.
Because she has copies
Bob,
of bills that she didn't pay?
receive. I just said to you, it's a mistake to embroil your children in adult problems. In any event, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm not proud of what I had to do, but I had to do it.
Well, you've been conned by the biggest con artist I know.
I love my son. I love my grandkids, and he won't let me see them.
What's she going to sue me for next, you know?
He blows up and says, I'm a man, you know, I don't need a mommy.
I mean, I don't care now. She's moving. Goodbye.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Cotton Price versus Grum Boys. Step forward, please.
Medical assistant Victoria Cotton and tax assistant Dane Price are suing their former roommate, bartender Angela Grumboyce, for overcharging them for rent and emotional distress.
Who is speaking for the two of you?
That would be myself, Your Honor.
And you are?
Victoria Cotton.
All right, Miss Cotton, you and Mr. Price rented a room, answered an ad and rented a room from the defendant. And it is your claim that you were overcharged in rent and some other nonsense about her not telling you about her past, which you think she should have told you before you rented the room. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me take care of that part first.
Okay.
You're not entitled to know the social criminal background of anybody who is your landlord. You're renting a room, she doesn't have to tell you whether she suffers from any illness whatsoever. Nor does she have to give you information regarding if she had any prior activities with law enforcement or social services. You're not entitled to that. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. Now let's talk about the rent. When did you answer this ad, and when did you move in?
I answered the ad on April the 23rd. I moved into her home on April the 30th.
Who moved in?
I did, Your Honor.
Just you?
Yes.
So what's he doing here?
I've been living there since January.
With her?
No.
So what are you doing there as plaintiff?
I was being overcharged in the beginning, but I didn't even notice it because I was at work all the time. She brought it to my attention.
So the two of you moved in separately?
That's correct.
And you're both suing her for overcharging you rent?
That's correct.
Tell me what kind of an apartment this was.
It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It was to include laundry and kitchen privileges.
Uh-huh.
When I met with Ms. Grumbois, I stated to her that I had 2 children. One would be with me constantly. The other one was going to be with me on a part-time basis.
And when did you move in?
January 1st.
Okay. And what was the rent that you agreed on?
$475.
And what rent were you paying?
I was paying $500, Your Honor.
Now, why do you think she was overcharging you in rent?
When I first interviewed with her, she had stated to myself and to Mr. Price that we were all going to be paying equal shares of rent and utilities. Shortly after I had moved in, I had noticed some behavior and things that caused me to investigate further. I went to her manager's office at the apartment complex and I inquired as to what the rent was. She told me that the rent was $1,200 a month. Well, with my $500, Mr. Price's $475, I calculated that she was paying $200 to $225. I also know that previous tenants before me paid $550, which means that she paid even less.
And how many months did you live there?
I lived there for 2.
And how many months did you live there, sir?
6.
Okay. So let me tell you a little about what the law is. This is not a rent-controlled situation. This is not a situation where the government does oversight when someone rents rooms in their apartment or even rents rooms in their house. Let's say you're renting an apartment in a big apartment building, and you want to negotiate the rent with the landlord who wants to charge you $500 a month. And the landlord says to you, listen, I have to charge you $500 a month rent because it costs me $400 a month in order to maintain each unit. So in order for me to make any profit, I have to charge you $500. And you agree to pay $500. Later, you find out that it only costs the landlord $300 a month to maintain each unit. You think that you can go back to the landlord and say, I want a reduction in my rent. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. If it's true that she said that to you, that you were going to be sharing the rent equally, that's what they call in the trade puffing. That's like when you go to buy a car and the salesman said, listen, the car costs us $26,000. I'm giving it to you for $50 over that price. And you say, okay. And then you find out that instead of making $50 on the car sale, he made $550 on the car sale. You think he's going to give you back your money? She was cutting her rent. There's nothing wrong with that.
Your Honor, she herself is not even on the lease. She's lived there for 10.5 years.
Yeah.
Then I come to find out we are not even supposed to be there. Her contract specifically states that she is not to be subleasing, although her management company claims that they know that she has roommates.
Okay, fine. That's not why you moved out. You weren't evicted, were you?
No.
Left on your own. She's allowed to do what she's doing. There's no oversight. So you don't have a lawsuit. Do you understand that? But that's the law. Do you understand that that's the law, whether you agree with it or not?
I understand.
That's what the law is. So you're not living there anymore. Go, be happy, have a nice life. Forget it. Goodbye. You were lovely. You presented a very good case.
Yeah, right.
Victoria lied about that I agreed to split it 3 ways with her when she moved in. That was a flat-out lie.
I have no comment.
I thought that she should pay a little more than a third because she has 2 children that have been living in my home as well as herself.
Actually, I have no comment at this point.
She didn't think that she should have to pay more than a third, and I said, whoa, wait a minute, and it was only $21.04 more.
I'd like to reserve my right to have no comment at this time.
Have you ever looked up at the night sky and imagined a world where even the darkness doesn't exist anymore? Well, that world might be closer than you think. A startup from California called Reflect Orbital has announced one of the most controversial space projects in recent years, a plan to launch giant mirrors into Earth's orbit. Their idea sounds futuristic, even beautiful at first. These mirrors would reflect sunlight back to Earth, lighting up cities, farms, and solar plants, even during the night. The company calls it a revolutionary way to deliver sunlight anywhere, anytime. But astronomers around the world are warning the sunlight in the sky could have catastrophic consequences. Let's understand what's really happening. Reflect Orbital plans to send a prototype satellite called Arundel-1 into orbit by 2026. If successful, aim to build a whole network of up to 4,000 reflective satellites by the year 2030. Each satellite would catch sunlight from the day side of the Earth and redirect it toward regions that are in darkness. Sounds like science fiction, but it's very real. The company says this system could help boost solar energy production, support nighttime construction, or even assist in disaster relief operations where power is limited. But experts say the risks could far outweigh the benefits. According to astronomers and space scientists, this project could completely change the night sky as we know it. For centuries, the night has been our window to the universe, a natural, silent canvas for stars, galaxies, and distant worlds. But if thousands of reflective satellites start shining in orbit, they could flood the sky with unwanted light, making it much harder for telescopes to observe deep space. Even the smallest reflections can interfere with the sensitive instruments used in modern astronomy. Some scientists are calling it a nightmare for stargazers. Others say it could mark the end of natural darkness on Earth. But there's more. These mirrors could also create serious problems for aviation. Imagine a pilot, flying at night, suddenly hit by an unexpected beam of reflected sunlight. That kind of glare could be incredibly dangerous, especially during takeoff or landing. And then there's the issue of space debris. If thousands of mirrors are launched into orbit, even a small collision could trigger a chain reaction, spreading debris that threatens other satellites, spacecraft, and even astronauts. This isn't just a theory. I've already seen similar concerns with projects like Starlink, where thousands of satellites have changed the way our sky looks at night. From an engineering perspective, experts also question whether this is even practical. Directing sunlight precisely from orbit to a moving target on Earth is extremely complex. A slight misalignment could send that light to the wrong place or scatter it uselessly across the atmosphere. And economically, maintaining thousands of orbital mirrors would cost billions of dollars, raising doubts about whether this system could ever be profitable. So, if it's so risky, why even try? The company behind the project says their goal is to bring light to the world. They argue that artificial light reflected from orbit could reduce dependence on electricity, help developing regions, and even support agriculture in dark seasons. But the scientific community isn't convinced. Most say that before we change the night sky for everyone, we need a global discussion, not just a private experiment. As of now, Reflect Orbital is still in the approval and early testing phase. No satellites have been launched yet, and the company insists they're following all international safety and environmental regulations. Still, the question remains, should we really light up the night just because we can? Or should some parts of our planet remain untouched? A reminder that even in darkness, there's beauty and balance. Because if we lose our natural night sky, we might lose our oldest connection with the universe itself. If you found this topic interesting, hit like, share it forward. And let's keep exploring how technology is reshaping our world, one light at a time. Subscribe for more stories where science meets mystery and the future begins to shine.